Git hooks are scripts that automate actions at different points in a Git workflow. They are essentially scripts that Git executes before or after events such as commit, push, and receive. Git hooks allow you to customize Git's internal behavior and trigger customizable actions at key points in the development lifecycle. Git hooks are divided into two main categories: client-side hooks and server-side hooks. Client-side hooks operate on your local machine. Examples of client-side hooks are pre-commit, prepare commit message, commit message, post-commit, and pre-push. Server-side hooks, on the other hand, run on the remote repository. Examples of server-side hooks include pre-receive, update, post-receive, and post-update. This diagram shows how different hooks interact with your Git workflow in both client and server sides. Git hooks are stored in the .git/hooks directory of every Git repository. Each hook is a separate script file named after the hook it implements. By default, hook files have a .sample extension and are inactive. To activate a hook, remove the .sample extension and make the file executable. To explore Git hooks, list all the hooks in a Git repository by running the command ls-li git/hooks. The sample output lists the default hooks with the .sample extension. To create a Git hook, first navigate to the .git/hooks directory in your repository. Then create a new file with the name of the hook you want to implement, for example, pre-commit. Next, write your script using Bash, Python, Ruby, or any other executable scripting language. After that, make the hook executable by using the command chmod+x. Finally, test your hook by triggering the corresponding Git action. Here is a sample pre-commit hook that checks for debugging code. Common client-side hooks include pre-commit, commit message, and pre-push. The pre-commit hook runs before a commit is created. If this hook exits with a non-zero status, the commit is aborted. Common use cases include linting code for style issues, running tests on changed files, and checking for debugging code. The commit message hook runs after the commit message is created, but before the commit is finalized. It can be used to validate or modify the message. Common use cases include enforcing a commit message format, adding issue or ticket references, and preventing commits with empty messages. The pre-push hook runs before code is pushed to a remote repository and provides a last chance to prevent code from being shared. Common use cases for pre-push hooks include running a full test suite, preventing pushing to protected branches, and checking for sensitive data. Server-side Git hooks run on the remote repository when receiving pushed commits. They can enforce project policies and perform automated actions. Common server-side hooks include pre-receive, update, and post-receive. The pre-receive hook runs when the server receives a push, before any references are updated, and can reject pushes based on their content. The update hook is similar to pre-receive, but it runs once for each branch being updated, and can reject updates to specific branches. The post-receive hook runs after all references have been updated, and is ideal for notifications and triggering continuous integration and continuous delivery pipelines. Common use cases for server-side hooks include enforcing branch policies, triggering continuous integration and continuous delivery pipelines, and sending notifications. Let us consider a practical example: enforcing a commit message format. This commit message hook enforces a conventional commit format, which is type, scope description, where type must be one of feat, fix, docs, style, ref actor, test, or chore. This helps maintain a clean, searchable commit history and can be used to automate versioning and changelog generation. This is a sample commit message hook implementation. The challenge of sharing Git hooks with your team is that Git hooks are stored in the .git/hooks directory, which is not included in the repository and cannot be directly shared with other team members. There are several solutions to this problem. The first is to create a custom hooks directory. Configure Git to use hooks from a directory that is tracked in your repository. The second solution is to use Git hook management tools like Husky, Precommit, or Left Hook to manage and share hooks. The third solution is to create setup scripts that install hooks when developers clone the repository. This is how to use a custom hooks directory. Husky is a popular tool that makes Git hooks easy to manage and share across a team. It integrates with your package.json and automatically sets up hooks when developers install dependencies. Benefits of using Husky are: it is easy to set up and configure, hooks are version controlled, installation is automatic for all team members, it works well with npm or yarn scripts, and it supports all Git hooks. To install Husky as a dev dependency by running the command npm install husky, save dev. Enable Git hooks by running the command npx husky install. Then, add hook installation to package.json by running the command npm setscript prepare followed by husky install. To configure hooks with Husky, add a precommit hook that runs lint by running the command npx husky add husky/precommit followed by npm run lint. Add a commit message hook for the message format with the command npx husky add husky/commit message followed by npx space -- no space -- commit lint -- edit $1. Some best practices for Git hooks include keeping the hooks fast. Especially precommit hooks should run quickly to avoid disrupting the workflow. Also, make the hooks skippable and provide a way to bypass hooks in emergency situations with -- no verify. Document your hooks and make sure team members understand what hooks do and why they are important. Use tools like Husky to simplify hook management and sharing across the team. Common pitfalls to avoid include overly strict hooks. Hooks that are too restrictive can frustrate developers and slow down work. Avoid slow performance, as running full test suites in precommit hooks can make the commit process painfully slow. Avoid a lack of documentation. Hooks that fail without clear error messages lead to confusion. Also, avoid platform dependencies, as hooks that only work on certain operating systems create inconsistency. Some further resources for learning about Git hooks are the official Git documentation, Husky, and the Precommit framework. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.